Last week, my father-in-law sat me down and told me something I can't unhear. He said, "Son, maybe it's time you accept the way things are." And the way he said it, it felt less like advice and more like a verdict. We talked for hours, longer than I expected. It wasn't a lecture. It was quiet, almost gentle. The kind of tone older men use when they think they're passing down wisdom. He told me he noticed how much I've been struggling, how I'm not working, not providing, how I'm now a homemaker while my wife brings in every dollar, Then he leaned in and he said something that hit me sideways. He said, "It's not the worst thing, Some men live like this on purpose." I thought he was just trying to make me feel better. But then he told me the truth. His truth. He said there were times, back when he was younger, when he intentionally stepped back from his responsibilities. Not because he was sick, not because he couldn't do them, but because he didn't want to. He said if he acted helpless long enough, his wife would just pick things up. Bills, kids, planning, decisions, almost everything. He said it worked. That pulling away gave him peace. That letting his wife carry the load kept the house running. And then he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Maybe this is your season to just let go too." In his bid to further prove his point, he even pulled out his phone and showed me that viral video of Nick. You guys remember Nick? The unemployed fellow who married 2 breadwinner wives, and they do all the things a man should be doing while Nick stays home. After he put his phone back in his pocket, he looked at me like he'd found proof of something from my generation I would understand and relate to. Like that video was supposed to make my situation and whatever he's trying to tell me make sense. My father never let go of anything. And if he were alive, he would never give me such advice. He held his whole world on his shoulders until the end. He worked non-stop, believing hard work was his path to a breakthrough, to stability. But it wasn't. It took everything from him. His time, his happiness, even his life. I spent my whole life trying not to become him, trying to break the cycle, not repeat it. And here I am, caught between 2 men, one who died trying, and one who survived by disappearing. And my father-in-law, without even knowing it, offered me a map to the very thing I'm terrified of becoming. A man who steps back until he's barely there. I'll be honest with you. His words messed with me in ways I didn't expect. Because the truth is, how do I say this now? I'm already tired. Not lazy tired, but soul tired. The kind of tired where you look at yourself and wonder when the light went out. I'm concerned I'm already halfway down the path he's advising me to take, slowly fading out of the role I promised myself I'd man up to. I love my wife. I love my kids. But sometimes, I feel like I don't matter in my home anymore. There are nights when I lie awake and think, is this the part where my story turns into his story? And the worst part? A part I understood his advice. That's what scared me the most. If you're listening to this, wondering how you ended up in a life you didn't recognize, you're not the only one. If you feel stuck between who you wanted to be and who you're becoming, trust me, I know that place. And there are thousands, if not millions of people all over the world who know what that's like. I'm not here to tell you to accept your life. I'm not here to tell you to fight it either. I'm just here to say the thing most men never hear. You're not crazy, you're not weak, and you're not alone. Still here. I'm dad alone. And so are you. See you next time.